Okay, today we're going to be learning about object permanence. So, object permanence was first theorized by Jean Piaget, who is a very important theorist in both the field of child development as well as psychology. And he thought of the cognitive development stages. So object permanence is a part of the first sensory motor stage, where children are from birth to 2 years of age. During this time, infants learn that objects still exist even when out of sight and begin to think through mental actions. But the sensory motor stage can be split into, more specifically, broken down into the 6 stages. So we're going to be looking at secondary circular reactions, but more specifically, the 8 months to 12 months of age, which is when object permanence comes into play. Object permanence is the realization that objects, including people, still exist even when they no longer can be seen, touched, or heard. So Piaget discovered that until about 8 months, babies don't search for an object that's momentarily out of sight, therefore not understanding object permanence. At about 8 months of age, but not before, infants look for toys that have fallen from the crib, rolled under the couch, or disappeared under a blanket. So I'll give you an example. Peekaboo. Very fun game to play with very young children. As you can see, this child here is younger than 8 months, and the mom is playing peekaboo with them. From the expression on the young child's face, you could see they're absolutely blown away that my mother just popped out from behind her hands, which, according to the child before 8 months, just was an absolute magic trick that mom just did, because when she puts her hands in front of her face, she's gone. When she reappears behind her hands, oh my gosh, mom just did the coolest magic trick. She is back, because they have not developed object permanence yet. When the child reaches 8 months or older, as this child seems to be, when playing peekaboo, this mom is like, peekaboo, and the son, it appears, is like, Mom, come on, quit playing. This is a fun game, but I know you didn't completely disappear behind your hands. I know that you're still there, even though your hands are covering your face, because he knows object permanence, that people don't disappear when you can no longer see them. An example more true to the definition or the word object permanence is actually placing an object under a blanket, such as a toy or a ball, in front of a child, and before 8 months, they're absolutely clueless, dumbfounded. Oh my gosh, like this child, where did that ball go? It's completely gone now. Here is just left a blanket. However, after 8 months, when they've developed object permanence, you can place a stuffed animal in front of the child, for example with this one. Place a blanket on top of that stuffed animal, but since they have developed object permanence, they lift the blanket, they're like, hey mom, hey dad, I know that my stuffed animal did not completely disappear and disintegrate into thin air. It is under this blanket the entire time because I've developed object permanence. So, this aspect of cognitive development is an important milestone because babies understand and learn that even if they can't see certain things, they are still there. So, just to reiterate, in this example, in slide A, we have a ball, child with a ball. In B, someone is placing the ball behind what looks like a block board. And in C, the child has developed object permanence because they know that the ball is still there under the block because they saw it. But in D, before 8 months, the child has no clue where that ball went. It appears to them that it just disintegrated into thin air and it's no longer there. So, what can parents do to facilitate this aspect of development? Well, babies recognize parents' voices early on in development, in fact, in the womb. So parents can use their voices to help babies know that they are still there and in sight. So before object permanence, before the 8 months, some children may even become very distressed that they cannot no longer see their parents if they're gone for too long. But if you help the child know that they are still there, that you are still there, and you call their name or whatever, then the child will develop object permanence and know that you are still there.